All right. Hi, Miles. Hi, Emanuela.
Chris.
I'm Christopher
Hey.
Gallardo with Pop Alternative. How are you both doing today?
Doing good.
Great. We're
Doing
getting
good.
ready for the big premiere tonight.
That's right.
Ooh, are you guys excited about that?
Very excited.
So
Very
excited.
excited.
Very nervous as well.
A little anxious.
So
Yeah.
anxious. It's
So,
part of it, but
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. And I just really love the performances you guys give in this film. And I also love the dynamic that you two share because it really has this sort of older sister, younger brother type of vibe with DJ and Marina. So, what was it like to develop that dynamic? Because these two characters come from very different parts of Vincent's life.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also spent a lot of time together offset, or me, Emanuela, and Lewis, we kind
Yes.
of bonded just
Going out, eating food and
yeah, just
talking and just talking life and everything. And
absolutely. And it made it really easy. Like you said, that, brother and sister connection, it made it very easy to develop that chemistry
yeah,
on the
yeah.
set.
I really felt like, Miles or DJ
Mhm.
could be my younger brother. So I could feel that. And yeah, in Marina, I could feel that.
Yeah.
So that made a huge difference.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. And you guys, and this sort of different parts of the family also plays like a big role for you guys because you both come from very different parts of the industry. Like Emanuela, you're coming from Italian cinema, and Miles, you're coming from a theater background. So bringing that into this film, what was the biggest challenge that you both had to face while filming this movie?
That's a big question.
The biggest
The
challenge.
biggest challenge, well, I think to be honest with you, it was a little bit overwhelming to know that you got to work with basically such big
Big names.
legends.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit scary at first, but then when you meet them and when you're actually in the room with them, with everybody, immediately you feel fine,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, we're good, and it was fun. It was a blast. It was an
Absolutely.
amazing experience.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, for me, like a lot of the stuff that I did before this was, kind of like raunchy comedies and stuff. Like, so I think coming into this and working with, great dramatic actors as well, like Ed Harris and Gabrielle Union, you kind of feel like that pressure and those high intensity moments, and you have to, really show emotion. Like,
Mhm.
that was probably like my biggest challenge, but
Yeah.
um, I felt like it came out
Oh,
perfect. So.
yes, you did amazing.
Yeah, it's so great that you guys were able to also sort of overcome those challenges with this film. And speaking of working with legends, you get to work with like Ed Harris and Bill Murray and Jennifer Coolidge. So collaborating with them on this film as well, what important lessons did you take away from working with them that you'll apply in your future projects?
Well, I always say this. I mean, humility. Again, humility, humility, humility. I feel like no matter how big of a name or a star you are, you still have to show up to work and do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I second that. I second that. It felt like, like she said earlier, everybody was really kind,
Yes.
and they didn't shoo us away. They didn't make us feel like we were less than. So I think taking that with us throughout the rest of our career, just treating everybody with
Same
respect.
level and
Yeah,
respect, and yes.
absolutely.
Definitely. It's so great that you guys had an amazing experience with this film. And I can't wait to see what you both got cooking in the future. So I gotta say thank you so much for
Thank
your time,
thank
Miles
you.
and Emanuela. It's
Thank you,
been a
Chris.
wonderful time. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Bye
again.
bye.
Nice meeting
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Nice to meet you. Bye.
All right. Hi, Dito. I'm Christopher Gallardo with Pop Alternative. How are you doing today?
I'm good. What's happening? What's happening?
Uh,
Lots.
Yeah, everything is just happening today. But I really love what you've done with Riff Raff. And I love how this film pulls from so many different movies and shows like Goodfellas and Blue Velvet. But it also really feels like you've got that pulp fiction element with these two paralleling storylines between the family and Leftie and Lonnie. For you, what were the most important thematic elements or otherwise to maintain the balance between those two storylines?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much, I try, for me, I wish I had more of a plan in life, but I mean, I don't really think of genre or thematic things too much. Sure, it's funny. I mean, I thought it was funny reading it, but I try to think like the family. Okay, they don't think it's very funny, and I just think scene to scene. Okay, how does this keep working? So if the elements come together, great. And I feel like you're in, at least I'm in pretty good hands with these caliber of actors, where I don't have to worry. I don't think anybody's here to make sure you laugh or you know, certainly not here for payday. So we're here to try to make something that we feel is special, hopefully.
Definitely. I felt that specialty with like Bill and with Pete as Leftie and Lonnie. Would you consider them to be your version of Vincent and Jules from Pulp Fiction?
Gosh, you know, I'm more of a 90 Day Fiance type of watcher, but you know, I love all these movies. I don't think about these things too much. I just think of the scene itself, and when you have two good actors in it, that you know, I have a feeling that whatever genius you think you've written or whoever wrote is going to come back a little more interesting when you hand it to people like Pete and Bill or Jennifer or any of them. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit back and you know, our genius is done. Let's hand it to the real deal. You know, so I just go scene to scene.
Definitely. And speaking about going from scene to scene, this film has sort of that unique structure to it because we're constantly going back and forth from the present to some of those more chaotic flashbacks that are involving Lewis and all of the action in those flashbacks. Did balancing that create any challenge for you? And what did you think is that one transition between the past and the present that really stuck out to you as you were filming this?
I was excited about, you know, one of the big episodes with Lewis in the restaurant. You know, he gets pretty
Oh,
violent. You know,
yeah.
yeah, so I was excited, and I thought, oh, this is going to be kind of fun because, to me, the whole movie was like DJ had to work. Who luckily enough, Miles Harvey showed up to do it, and I'm thinking, okay, DJ just sort of is like so trying. He's the only person in this movie who doesn't know what happened, you know, and he keeps asking. No one gives this guy any answers. And that scene I thought was going to play interestingly between him trying to figure out what's going on. Nobody wants to tell him, but there's a lot going. So I did think that was going to be a fun scene to cut, and it was, you know.
Definitely. I just love that scene in particular with in the restaurant, especially how Lewis just like slams that like whole thing into oh my God, that was completely bloody. But
Yeah,
one more
Lewis is
question.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, one more question. The one line that really stuck with me was when Marina said, "We make the choices that connect us and we decide what we are or family." So for you, how do you think that line resonates with you as a director, both on this film and in general?
Well, you know, I mean, almost everything I've ever written or been a part of has something to do with chosen family versus blood family. So that theme immediately was something to me. You know, my life has been more of a chosen family, but I understand and respect blood. So I thought these guys are so trapped in my confusion, selfishly for me to understand that was an exciting bit for me. You know.
Definitely. I just love those thematic connections and all of the family dynamics you've got in this film. And I gotta say, Dito, it's been a wonderful time talking to you. Thank you so much for your time, and I really hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. You too. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.